Hey Pixies, and welcome to the Riviera Resort. Today we are going to be here and touring a deluxe studio with a standard view. So if you have wondered what these rooms look like, get ready because we're going to head inside and I'm going to give you a full room tour as well as setup. So how they look with an actual family in them, not just pristine and perfect, but also with the pack and plays, the slumber pods, all the things. So if you have little kids and you're curious how to set up your room, you're going to want to stay tuned. If you're excited and ready to head inside, click the thumbs up button and let's jump into today's video. Now the standard view studios here at Riviera are going to be views of, well, usually the parking lot, but while that may not sound appealing, the studios with the standard view, or just any of the rooms here with a standard view, are actually some of the better ones to have because you can see this. Right? I mean, how cool was that? Like, you saw fireworks from the balcony. Like, that's amazing. So some of the preferred rooms here actually have some views similar to that, but not as many. You're more likely to get a park view, quote unquote. It's not a park view, but you're more likely to luck out and get a view of the park if you are in a standard category room versus in a preferred, which either one, I've had experience where I've saw the park both ways, but more with the standard. But then if you do have a preferred view, that's just going to be more of the pool, Caribbean beach next door, Skyliner, that sort of thing. But we're talking about the standard view, so let's follow on with that. Now, when it comes to getting to your transportation from the room, it's going to take you about 5 minutes to get down from the elevator from even the farthest highest floor and get out to the bus stop. So 5 or 6 minutes there. And then when you're going to the Skyliner, say you're on the farthest end of the resort, it's going to take you about 8 or 9 depending on your speed, your stride, and how long you have to wait for that elevator. But that's seriously not too bad. Plus the fact that you were inside of one building here at Riviera versus being scattered amongst multiple different buildings, that can get a little tricky, and especially on rainy days or cold days when the weather just isn't that great, or if it's just, you know, Florida and blistering hot as always, then you will definitely really enjoy being able to kind of walk and go through the main building first without having to be outside and in the elements. And then one last thing before we jump into the actual room tour, and one of the biggest questions that I get about Riviera and anytime we stay here is, how do you afford to stay here? Because for a lot of people, it is really expensive. I know even for myself, to throw down $500, $600 a night for a hotel is a bit excessive and just not something that I can do on the regular. So wanted to share my little secret weapon. I mean, it's really actually not that secret, but it's kind of a secret weapon to getting Riviera Resort at a lot less, and also other deluxe resort properties here at Disney World. I like to use DVC Rental Store. Now, they are not sponsoring today's video, but I did purchase our stay here through them and got it for $255 per night. When you are renting points through DVC Rental Store, you're gonna save up to 65% off of rack rate versus renting through Disney or purchasing a night here through Disney World. So the best you're probably gonna find is 30, maybe 35% off if you're super lucky. When it comes to booking through DVC Rental Store, I got mine for over 50% off, which was amazing for the time of year that we were here. And so $255 is cheaper than I could have paid for a room over here at Caribbean Beach next door. So if you are interested in renting DVC points and checking that out, the best way to save is through their dedicated reservation. So I will have a link to that down below. You can check it out. It is an affiliate link, so I do make a small commission if you rent points and book through my link. So I do appreciate you doing that. It helps to support the channel. But they also have an option where you can go in and select your dates, your resort, and what type of room and everything that you need for your hotel. So if that is something that you're interested in doing and having a little bit more of a customized feel, you don't save quite as much usually with those, but you do get what you want, and you're still saving way more than you would through booking directly through Disney. So I will again have that link below, and now let's head inside and check out the room. So today we are in the west wing of the Riviera Resort, and we are over in 8669. So you can come on in and see, like, right as soon as you come in the door, you do have a nice little spot to put any bags, things that you might need there. You have your trash, as you can see, we're using that. We came up very wet from a rainstorm, so that's a towel from the pool that we need to take back. But you do have nice, plenty of room for your double stroller. This is actually connects to a 1-bedroom next door, and that will actually be a lock off. So if you did a 2-bedroom unit, this would be part of what you would get with that 2-bedroom unit. But for us, that is locked off because we're not with the party next door in the 1 bedroom, but it does give you a nice space to put your stroller. It does kind of block you from being able to open the closet completely, but I can, at least with my stroller pushed all the way up, still get into one side, which is nice, so I can still access anything that I have in the closet. Lots of space in here for things. I have obviously my owner's locker, some bags from packing. The hamper though does come with the unit, so that is something you can take your laundry back and forth to wash and dry there. You do have the luggage rack that it is sitting on. Here on the left, you do have your safe. If you need to put anything valuable in there, you can place it in there and do so. Then you have obviously your hangers and then bags that extra pillows and things come out that I'm using for our setup, and then your iron up top. You do have a full-size ironing board here on the side and a vacuum, and don't hate on the vacuum in a hotel room until you have had a toddler in it. That thing is so incredibly helpful. I can't tell you how many times I have vacuumed Cheerios off of the resort room floor with that, not that particular one, but a vacuum in one of the DVC units. So backing up, you can kind of see lots of floor space. I love this chevron design in the floor. It doesn't affect anything, but I just think it's pretty. Coming over to the left side, you have the first portion of the split bathroom. So if you have multiple people needing to shower and get ready, you can definitely do that. So it's really nice if you do have a full 5 people in this room. You're gonna have quite a bit of room for everybody. You do have 1 toilet in the room, and then all of your basics there. We've kind of dipped into the towels. We came in soaking wet, so we needed showers. So this is a very, very real room tour, very realistic. Of course, toddler, we already had an accident. We do have our little potty seat on here. This is what I use for my toddler. It actually suctions onto the seat, which is really nice. It's no slipping and sliding around. And I usually have a potty stool, like a squatty potty that folds up really, really small, but unfortunately it wouldn't fit in my personal item bag, so I didn't bring it, and hence the accident, because that is quite a tall toilet. It's not like a standard height toilet. It's a little bit taller. Even myself at 5'3", I have to point my toes on that thing. Maybe that's TMI, I don't know. But for me at 5'3", it's a little tall. And yes, I did get sunburned at the pool today, so we've addressed that. Now back to the room tour. But you do have a very, very nice shower in here, so I really like that. The door just kind of opens wide to you, and you can just step in. It does have 2 different shower heads. This one has 3 different water styles that will actually spray out, so you can do a lesser pressure around the outside, more of a intense pressure, and then kind of a medium, so it has 3 different levels essentially. But it is absolutely amazing. I loved it for being able to get my hair, all the soap out of my hair, because sometimes it feels like it's just a mist in some of these bathrooms in the showers, and so that was really nice. And I love that actually you can take it down, wash your hair, if I'm needing to do my toddlers in here, get her in the shower, whatever, makes it a bit easier. And then you do have the luxurious rain head, so if that is your love language, they have one here in this bathroom. It is really, really large. And then they do have the seat there, and of course you have your toiletries, shampoo, conditioner, and a body wash there on the wall. And then this nice little space over here for putting any toiletries, rags, washcloths, whatever you want to call it, things like that over there. So that is really, really nice. And then this does open to the other portion of the bathroom, so you can see into here. So you can either lock that off for someone being able to use each space, or if you need it open, you're just one big happy family and the kids are running around and you're trying to get ready, you do have that situation going on there. Coming over here, you do have lots of lights. So you have a little teeny tiny can light that you can see there at the top, and then the light up at the very across the top there. So lots of actual light in this room. It feels pretty good. You have your lighted makeup mirror here on the side, and then a set of outlets and your light switch for everything there. I love that they do have this extra shelf, which is really, really nice. And especially if you do have little ones that are grabbers, being able to put your toiletries or things that you don't want them to get up higher is really nice. So that's helpful. And it does have quite a bit of counter space. So again, if you do have that 5 people in here, you're gonna have room for most everybody's toiletries, I feel like. And then over here on this side, you have a space to hang your towel for when you are drying your hands. You have 2 shelves here under the bottom. This one is a little bit of a half shelf, so it doesn't go all the way back due to the plumbing there, but it still like can hold a tissue box, things like that. And then the bottom shelf does go all the way back, and you do come with a hair dryer that is complimentary with the room, like you get to use it. So that do have that in the room. I just have our laundry hamper over here because I always pack this, because if you're staying in a non-DVC resort room, then it does not come with a laundry basket in the closet, so I like to bring my own. Turning around here to the side, you do have your tub and shower combo, so this is perfect for giving baths to little ones at the end of the night, getting them all nice and clean. Again, this one does have that same head that I was talking about that has a couple of different pressures, so that's really nice, and it can come down. So again, if you wash your child's hair ever, you completely understand why that is actually really, really helpful. It kind of eliminates needing to use like a cup, which typically I have this little expandable cup here that we use to do like rinsing their hair. But when I can use that, it's a lot easier and also a lot faster, and gets like fresh, clean water on the hair instead of just dipping bath water. Here at the back of the shower, you do have a little towel rack there that you can have like your towel ready to go, that way you're ready to grab it. And then again, same toiletries as the other bathroom. Love the shower curtain here, fits the theme. And also there's a little hidden Mickey, so you can like, waiting on the bath to fill up, you can point out those to your kids and like gonna be a little entertaining while they're waiting on their bath to be prepared for them. And then here on the other side, just because like I like hanging my towel up, they do have a double-sided little coat hook here that you can hang up your towel. Here in this bathroom, you only have the one on the door there, the shower door, and then the ones on the wall. Spinning around to the other side, you do have a nice full-length mirror here. Right as you come inside of the door from the outside world, you've got that right there. And then we head over into the kitchenette portion, which is a lovely thing if you are traveling with kids, little babies. These kitchenettes are just invaluable in my opinion, especially like when my girls were babies. I love this. I love having the extra sink to be able to wash bottles and cups and sippy cups and things like that, and just having their own space and you're not washing them in the actual bathroom. So that's really nice. But coming up top here, you do have a microwave. So if you are traveling and need to use baby food, things like that, any kind of, if you like to do oatmeal, whatever, you've got that up there. Here you do have a nice toaster up in the top, your water ice bucket, and then your cups and glasses there. Those are some disposable ones, so if you want to like throw something to drink in it and head out the door, you can do that. And then you do have actual coffee mugs, plates, all the good stuff over here. You have your can opener, bottle opener, and then you have some like forks and knives and spoons, all the classics, and then bowls down at the bottom. It does come with paper towels and like a little paper towel rack. And then you do have all of your like Joffrey's coffee essentials here, some Twinings tea for green tea and breakfast like Earl Grey tea. And then you've got your Cuisinart coffee maker there. And again, lots of space for like being able to set things or kind of prep people's water bottles and things like that in the morning. Coming down, you do have a full size, and if you know my videos, this is a real refrigerator. I'm not gonna rant about a beverage cooler because this is actually a real one. Apparently the freezer door is missing from ours, because these are like, that's where it should be, but it's not there. But you know, you have a freezer section, which is nice. I'm not gonna complain about that. Love having those. And then you do have lots of space for drinks, canned sodas, whatever you need. And this is, again, an actual refrigerator, unlike the other Disney resorts that have only beverage coolers. Coming back over to this side, we do have lots of space under the sink. Ours is actually missing the fire extinguisher. Interesting. That's probably not supposed to be like that. But coming down here, you do have lots of storage. You've got your pipe in the back, but you do have plenty of room. Like say you have a case of water and you can't get it all in the fridge, you've got space to do that. It does come with the hand and dish soap from Ecos, a dish towel, some extra toilet paper, another roll of paper towels, tissues, and a nice little sponge with some scrubbies on one side and just your traditional sponge fabric on the other side. So that is nice. And your drain stoppers also down there if you get to looking for that. Coming over here, it is just nothing but trash. But again, you could definitely take this out. You could take the can out and store things in there if you needed to. If you're gonna be here for say a full week and you're bringing in groceries and you like to do breakfast in the room, whatever the case is, you've got room for being able to put some things in there. Coming around to this side of the room, I do have it all set up. I will will show it at the end how the single bed will fold down, the 5th sleeper option, and then also that bed like put up, and show how that looks when the bed is not down. But I have it ready for us for bedtime. This is what we're looking at. We have 2 adults, myself, my mom, and then my 2 toddlers. First up, we have my little lady who is sleeping in her pack and play still. I have a little crib sheet over that, and this is just the basic pack and play that you can use here from Disney. And a fun fact for parents that may not know this, if you are coming to Walt Disney World, you can actually utilize their free pack and plays. They do offer mini cribs, not as many as the pack and plays, but you can request it. And they also offer bed rails. So I'll show that in just a second, but you can get any of those by simply pressing the housekeeping button on your phone. You can, before you arrive, call the resort and make that request. Go ahead and put it on your resort room, but sometimes it's there and sometimes it's not. It's kind of like playing the lottery for me. More times than not, it's those items haven't been in my room and I still have to call and make the request once I'm here. So anymore, I've just kind of given up and I don't make that request before arriving at the resort. I'll either do that or down at the front desk at check-in, I may mention it there. But the easiest way is to get in your room, press the housekeeping button, and just let them bring it. But they can do that. They're absolutely complimentary for you to use, so it's one less thing that you have to pack. And a lot of people don't know that, so I wanted to make sure if you're watching this and you don't know it, now you do, and you're a Disney Pro. Now back to the room tour. You have that. It does have just your traditional pretty thin pack and play mattress here. I have her pack and play crib sheet on it that I brought from home. That way it just kind of smells and gives her a little sense of home while we are away from home. And we are a slumber pod family. That works really well for us, and she enjoys and sleeps so much better. And I'm all for kids sleeping better on vacation, especially on a Disney vacation. Up top here, you do have your TV and everything going on. And on the top of this area, you do have 2 outlets and then 2 USB ports. And so it's just got my sound machine plugged in here. This is the one I've been traveling with, and it works really, really nicely for being able to take and use it in the actual like parks if I need to do nap time on the go, or plug it in here and it will actually run while it's plugged in, which is super nice. And I can do that. If I need it to be louder than say it is, I'll just grab the ice bucket, toss it in the ice bucket, and there you go. There's a bonus tip on how to make your sound machine louder if you need it to while you're on vacation. But again, I will show that bed folded down at the end. Coming over to my older toddler's bed. She is almost 4 years old, but she just sleeps so much better in her slumber pod still. I'm not fighting it. She'll grow up one day. Right now we're using the slumber pod. So we're using this. It is her inflatable bed. And then that is just a crib sheet that I have on top of her inflatable bed. Again, it just kind of gives her that sense of and smell of home. So she's a bit more comfortable, sleeps good. And then that's just a pillow from the room. So these kind of things, I just pack them and bring them with us, or they stay in our owner's locker depending on how we're traveling at the time. But these are invaluable to my family anyway. Coming around to this side of the bed though, you do have a queen size bed with storage in the ends, which is amazing. So I was able to unpack some of our clothes for the next few days. I've got our outfits laid out so I can just easily grab them as we're ready to go. And then also over here, I have our pajamas, things like that, diapers. I have like a little diaper set up here. That way we are ready to go. Coming over to this side, you do have a set of outlets right there. Just your classic light switches, all the boring stuff, all the basics, your thermostat, and a cute little picture of Mickey, which I think is adorable. I love that. And then on this side of the bed, you do have a full-on nightstand with 3 drawers. So you have lots of storage space in this nightstand. So if you are someone who likes to unpack, somebody that's sleeping on this side of the bed can actually put their things here. You do have a set of 2 outlets and then 2 USB ports, and then the light switch. One does the light to the side of the bed, and then the other one does the light over the bed. So you do have that going on there. And again, how gorgeous is this headboard with the Mickey in the middle? Absolutely love it. And then coming down under the bed, you do have some storage, or as my girls like to use it for, as a play area. So they just like crawl under there and hang out, read books, things like that while we're getting ready. So multiple use space there, play area and luggage storage. And then coming over to this side, you do have that same kind of a nightstand setup with the 3 drawers under the bottom, your resort phone. And then again, just to get that help from getting your pack and play, just press the housekeeping button. So that's all you have to do. Coming up here, you have the light for this side of the bed here. That's the light switch for that. And then you have 2 outlets and 2 USB ports. So you've got that going on there. Coming over to the extra bed, that is the fold down bed, or Murphy bed as they want to call it. You do have that option. It has a nice little picture of the Dalmatian family hanging out up there watching some cartoons. And then those are the pillows out of the closet. So it had 3 pillows in our closet and kind of came with that. And then, as I mentioned earlier, this is the bed rail. So this will actually extend out to almost twice the length that it is right now. So it can go all along the side of the bed. You can use those on either this bed or the single bed over there, but it does cause a little bit of cupping on the side that it's on because both of them have this edge under them. So the rail on the outside basically doesn't get to sit down in there as far as it maybe should, like it would on a normal bed that's just on something flat, like say that one is. It will do that. So it causes just a slight amount of cupping, not enough that it personally makes me uncomfortable or anything to use it, but it does cause some cupping. So just throwing that out there, mentioning it so you're not like surprised when that happens. And then coming over to this side, you do have one outlet because that is plugged in for the light up there. I wish they would have ran that electrically different, so you could have had 2 outlets on this side. That would have been nice, but apparently they didn't, so we get one. And then they just have some decorative pillows here, bags of ourselves, and then you do have some Riviera specific curtains here, so very themed with the RR logo going on. And then coming around to this side of the bed, you do have just a little like reading area, sitting area over here, which is really nice. Have some outlets up there that I'll show in just a second. So have 2 sets. My girls have been playing with their new little princess doll set and Lion King set. But here you do have an up close look at the 2 outlets. USBs, same, it's the basic stuff, but just pointing it out so when you get to the room, you kind of know what you're working with. So you've got that going on for you. And then there's the light switch for that light. And then I will swing back around to this side of the bed and mention, this is actually the nightstand, or the coffee table rather, that goes in front of this. And when it is a couch, I'll show that here in a second, but it does have some storage in it. So you can actually store some things in that if you were leaving it in the center of the room. So say for my family, if we had my 2 girls and it was my husband and myself, and we weren't utilizing this bed, that would still be the couch and the coffee table would still be there, and we would have that extra storage. So depending on how your 5 people sleep in the room will kind of dictate how you can do that. So that is going to do it for that. I will show the rest of the bed here in a second, but I did want to take you guys outside and show you what our view looks like. So again, we are on that west standard view option of the room. And so when you walk outside, you do have a view. So as you walk out, you can definitely see we are in front of the bus stop and some parking areas. So you do have that standard view. But this right over here, you guys, that is the Epcot ball. That is Guardians of the Galaxy. And so you can see all of that, and we will be able to see fireworks tonight. There is nothing standard about that gorgeousness. So I would always suggest a standard room versus getting a preferred room here at Riviera. So that's your little tip of which room to get here at Riviera. And then of course you can see the front main building. So I think this is amazing. But once you are like in your room, if you have like a view like this and you're in front of the bus stop, we cannot hear the buses beeping and things inside. So we really, really like that. It is quiet enough so it doesn't affect your noise there. So wanted to kind of share that for anyone who's concerned that, okay, yeah, I get that view, but I get to hear the buses. You actually don't, and it's pretty quiet. So just wanted to throw that one in. But I hope you guys have enjoyed the room tour of the Standard View Studio here at Riviera Resort. If you did, don't forget to click the thumbs up button as well as the red subscribe button. And again, I will have my link down below if you want to check out DVC Rental Store. They are how we were able to get this amazing room for a really good deal. So again, I will have them linked down below if you're interested in checking them out. Thank you again, and I'll see you next time. Bye.